Hello and welcome everyone here to the Gnostic Takeover. Happy to have everyone back on here. So once again, we're going live, creating reality instead of having reality manufactured for us. So we created for someone else's agenda, and as you can observe in the world, the agenda that some wish to be imposed on the world population is not a good agenda. It's just for a bunch of parasites, Dracula servers, and therefore we won't have any of that. We create reality, and therefore I'm going live here, always for the inspiration of all of mankind, the kindling of a flame, and the dragon that spews out the fire. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and it's wonderful to have everyone here. Once again, it's a one-man show, and I like to have it that way. And I'm just going to share this on all the platforms before we start and practice my multi skills. If I can work multi-skilled, my multitasking capabilities ain't so easy to do that. However, I'm trying. So yeah, we've got a thank you here also on the picture for a start. It's beautiful. We've got some viewers already. Hello to everyone tuning in here. You're tuning in to the reality station that is the organic, that is, the original, natural, organic reality timeline. It's the original, what is also in the Hermetic tradition termed as substantial reality, that with substance, actual reality, and not the virtual reality hack that the Gnostics in the Nag Hammadi writings warned about. The prime faculty of archons. I wish to remind everyone what that is. That is what they termed as Hal. That this archon vampire empire, the predator class, wish to put us into virtual reality zones where they can control us. However, the problem that they have is the thing that I expose here, which is that we as mankind have access to the infinite, to infinite realities, to infinite frequencies. So therefore, the Gnostic Takeover likes to use the picture of busting the bubbles of this virtual reality construct that no longer serves us. When we do that, when we are anchored in original, natural, organic reality, the world's your oyster. And once again, greetings from the plant medicine also, that I'm with, whose spirit I'm infused with. This is what I talk about, that I have a bond. A bond is when you look it up. They also create a bond with your birth certificate. In the Wetiko informed system, the spirit of evil. However, I have a bond, a strong force of attraction, when you look it up, with the plant medicine. Ayahuasca and Datura, the medium to higher intelligence, the medium to the intelligence that informs the plant kingdom. And this is when I talk about the archetype of the king. This is where it comes from the plant kingdom that I serve as a general. So, done this, task done, and I'm heading right into the slides. I've got slides prepared, and it's interesting, so I'm going to start with that. There may be some people who can remember when I was invited onto Gareth Ike's show right now. Gareth Ike, for those who don't know, is the son of David Icke, and I was invited on there to speak about a specific subject, which was, at the time we're going back here to November 2021. And that was when, we can see it here, this is an article by RT from the 19th of November 2021. Austria imposes compulsory gene therapy as of February the 1st, together with a nationwide lockdown starting on Monday. And now, just this last week, we have this. Yeah. It's been all across the news here also in Austria. Austria scraps the mandate for what they came forward with, which Austria was the only country to move ahead in, and it has failed. Oh, they're all so powerful. No, they're not. And I'm gonna go into this video why they're not all powerful and how this is a catastrophe. And it's just the beginning. Speaking here live right now from the country of Austria, that was meant to be such a dangerous place to be now because of compulsory. They're making it compulsory first in Austria, and it's going to spread throughout Europe, and it's crisis mode. Whereas the Gnostic Takeover says no freaking way. And I was on there on right now, and you can watch that on my channel also. And I was asked some questions. This is here me, you can see me here. I was back then, right at that time, I was in Saint Corona, also where we were working with the plant medicine, and it was time to go to a much deeper level with the plant medicine, ayahuasca and datura. It was the first time that datura was added to the ayahuasca brew when I was in Saint Corona. And it's very interesting to see the dates aligning with the ceremonies that we did. And those ceremonies are dedicated to taking back our planet. This is what it's all about. So, they said they're doing this, they're doing that, and then this happened. Okay, and I am the first one to say that I'm under no illusion that we're safe now. Oh, and no, this is what the dark occult controllers always try to do, is to just have a little bit of a crack and prevent the big crack from happening and their whole house of cards crumbling and getting destroyed, which is what is going to happen. The dam will break, and it will break soon. And on right now, I was asked about this situation in Austria, and Gareth was talking about that the polls show that it's 50-50 in Austria for those for and those against, and how I feel the people in Austria feel about the compulsory gene therapy. And I just said it doesn't matter what anyone thinks, because when the answer is no, when you choose no, it is so. And that's what I'm going to delve into in this video also, because none of this agenda can work when you say no. And I said no back then, live on the show. I was never invited back on there again because take a look at it yourself. It's in the link underneath in the description. Take a look at it yourself. I was quite the controversial speaker there, and I was never invited back on there again. That was at the time when they imposed this as the first country of Europe and also in the whole world, Austria. Now, why is that? Very interesting question. Yeah. And it's been scrapped. It's been a total political catastrophe for them. They had to admit that they have to scrap it and they can't enforce it on others. And back then at the time, we had newspaper articles in the mainstream here in Austria talking all about how police were going to come knocking at people's doors and force them to the centers to get the experimental gene therapy. And it was all fear, fear, fear. Oh my God, oh yeah. They scrapped it. However, after being invited on right now to speak about the imposition of the agenda on Austria, for some reason I'm not invited back on anymore to speak about when it was taken out, when it's been dealt with, when it's over for the forced therapy, because they can't force anything on us. And it's very interesting, the timing. Okay, so I was speaking on right now, right at the time when I was in San Corona, engaged with plant medicine work, ayahuasca and datura. That was around about the 19th, 20th of November. On the 13th, as you can see here, on the 13th of February already this year, the government announced a delay of forcing the gene therapy down everyone's throats. They were delaying it and they were admitting that they can't do it at this moment. That was already on the 13th of February. And that was already the first admission until they scrapped it altogether. Now, but they had to admit they can't force anything because, and this is the point I want to make, they can't force nothing on you when you say no in your being. No matter how much of the collective subordinates to the will of the dark occult. The truth is, and I will explain this in even deeper terms, the truth is, if you say no in sovereignty, they can't actually do it. That's the one and only truth that I'm speaking here right now. And the first slip up when it came to the implementation of the forced gene therapy agenda was on the 13th of February, and it just so happened to coincide, look at the date here, when again I was engaged in plant medicine work, working with the plant medicine ayahuasca and datura. 14th of February, and here you've got the 13th of February. The 14th was when we spoke about this. However, the ceremony we did on the 12th of February, and it was about the most intense ceremony of them all. It's also been my last ceremony. Ever since this ceremony, ayahuasca and datura, the plant medicine, the intelligence of the plant kingdom, that is natural intelligence, has been with me ever since. And it's not left me anymore since that ceremony. And as a repercussion of that ceremony, Errol is no longer here in Austria, and he was taken on the 16th of February, and he's back in England now, and we've not heard a word since anymore from him. And that has everything to do with the power of ceremony. When you, this is what Gnosticism is all about. You make an intention and you actually mean it. This universe is not random like they want you to believe it. This universe organizes itself with an intelligence, natural intelligence, which they wish to copy through artificial intelligence. However, I'm speaking from natural intelligence. You make an intention, the whole universe around you orders and organizes itself according to your intention. When that intention is in morality, rooted in morality, anchored in morality according to moral code, where with your intention you're not harming any other sentient beings, and it's in alignment with the one and only truth, then this will be manifested. And here you have an example. One may say that this is due to the pushback of the Austrian public going on demonstrations, and that's why they scrapped the agenda of forced gene therapy. It's because the public went to the streets and in protest and all that. However, I'm making the point here that on a causal level, it's due to the intention that have been set in the ceremony in St. Corona here, right at that time when forced gene therapy was imposed on Austria. We did ceremony in St. Corona, the intention being, as always, the same. We're taking the planet back. This planet belongs to humanity. And Austria scrapped it again. As I said in the interview, no one can impose anything on you. It's not about what the public or what the collective think about this. It doesn't matter what they think in light of the truth. The only thing that matters is what you think about it. If you say no, it is no, and therefore they scrapped it. And that was right after the 12th of February, where me and Errol were engaged in ceremony. Since then, Errol has disappeared, and this is where I want to point out to everyone here the power of ceremony. The plant medicine. The plant medicine makes you eliminate the mind virus that I keep talking about here, the Wetiko mind virus that also Carlos Castaneda talks about when they gave us their mind. The problem that we have here in the world is a mind virus that runs through our minds, and it's the plant medicine that eliminates the mind virus. In simple terms, through plant medicine, and plant medicine is not only ayahuasca and datura, it is also the breath work. It's the 5-pointed star that I like to show here at times. Ayahuasca representing the earth, datura representing the element of fire, and you've got two other elements, the water. It's where the ice cold water comes in. Water is actually a portal of reality. That's why I go underneath the ice cold shower and I do my commands under the ice cold water, because water, especially the ice cold water, is a portal of reality. And also the breath work. The air is also an element. That's right. When you do the breath work, I like to do the Wim Hof method, as I keep saying, and I do it with intention. Again, because I'm Gnostic. I'm a telestai, from the root word telos, meaning aimed. And that's plant medicine too, doing the breath work, the ice cold water, doing everything with intention. Intention, working with intention, is natural intelligence. That's what the plant medicine teaches. And it's the plant medicine that is the biggest danger to the control system. and it's the plant medicine why this is scrapped. Because the artificial agenda on the basis of artificial fake intelligence of the mind virus is eliminated because of natural intelligence of the plant kingdom. That's why they had to scrap it. It's a catastrophe. However, it's only the beginning of the downfall of the dark occult in Austria and throughout the world. We have to have that vision of reality, because otherwise they will be coming for us. They're trying to come for us, robbing us, okay, through the control of the money supply that they have, raising the prices for everything. We have this here in Austria, we pay €2 for a litre of diesel. It's crazy. They want to attack, but they only attack because they're about to lose. They're about to lose everything. Because this planet, Earth, the biosphere, the environment of the Earth is no longer supporting these vampires sucking off our energy and parasiting off us. And it's this plant medicine that is the biggest danger to the control system, and the control system will fall. It is already done. I say it's already done because we always have to make intentions, and the intention is always set in the now. Very important. We change all of reality in the now. That's why it's natural intelligence. It's the plant medicine saying the Gnostic Takeover motto, today is the first day of my life. There's always a new beginning when I choose so. It's only my attachment to the past and the guilt. That's why in last video I talked about the guilt-driven control system and the elimination of it. It's only the guilt and the fear that comes from the guilt that keep us locked in the past, and that makes us, what I'm going to be talking about, makes us perceive the vision of the world in a sort of like a tunnel vision, where it's gonna get worse and things are... No, it doesn't have to get worse. We choose. It is our choice what happens next. And what I want to say, what this plant medicine works on, is our perception. Our perception is worth everything. It is the most precious of jewels that we have. We need to realize that our perception is above everything. Perception is awareness. Where is our awareness coming from? Where our awareness is tuned to is going to be and are going to be the thoughts that our minds are going to decode, and through the thoughts that our minds decode, we manifest reality. Therefore, our awareness, as is shown in the double slit experiment also, and this lies at the heart of quantum physics and quantum mechanics, when they talk about the observer effect, the observer decoding reality into existence, not the other way around. We create reality, and nothing is what it seems. And it is perception that tunes us to the reality station that our perception is rooted in. Therefore, it's important, as I say here in the video, in the title of this video, to anchor our perception in the original, natural, organic reality, because we have access to the infinite. And this is what the plant medicine does. Whereas, just as an example, the control system only wants us to see the mirror reflected face, the plant medicine makes us see the other side of it, that which the control system doesn't want us to see. The plant medicine is the biggest danger to the control system, because it changes our perception, and it makes us see the bigger picture, and it makes us see the limitation of the enemy, which then eliminates the enemy. And then you see this cup. Is it as would be maybe very appropriate when we talk about ayahuasca, is that the Holy Grail from which we drink and find out the truth, the real truth. Nothing is what it seems. We're in charge of our life. And that's how I called the video when I uploaded it, when I was on the show right now. We're in charge of Austria now. That's what I called it, and some people might have a problem with that and think, who the fuck is he to say that? And I can only be in charge of if I sit in the presidency office. No, that's how the enemies of life want us to see it. You're only in charge, or you're only in power when you sit in a certain seat in a certain building, and when the media, the mainstream media, and everyone in the media is showing you to be so. That's not how it works in reality. Nothing is what it seems. And they portray all these presidents and prime ministers when they live in number 10, or as for example the president of Austria living in the Hofburg, in all these buildings, that they're in charge. However, nothing is what it seems. You're in charge when you command that you're in charge of your own life. That's the simplicity of the truth. And some people would say I'm crazy because I claim that I'm in charge of Austria now. However, you have to be crazy in a crazy world in order to be sane. The crazier you are, the more of a compliment it is, because you're breaking out of the bubble of the collective groupthink. That's why I had to lose all my friends that I had in my life in order to do this job, because nothing was more important to me than getting the job done and taking our planet back to who it belongs. This is what the plant medicine is driving at, and this intelligence that informs the plant kingdom has just been so patiently waiting for someone to pick up on the importance of speaking from the heart and speaking with natural intelligence, which can then ignite the flame in others, which is what the Gnostic Takeover is rooted in. This is what it is here for, to ignite the flame inside of you and activate your natural intelligence, because it is innate to you also. It was given also to you by our mother planet, as well as the highest source of all creation, endowed you with this higher intelligence, and now it's time to activate that. All this forced vaccination that I was questioned on wasn't meant to be stopped, but it was stopped after they made it public. Oh, it's gonna happen now in Austria. Oh, it's so bad to live in Austria. Oh, I'm glad I'm not in Austria. Well, it's been scrapped because they're a bluff, as I keep saying here. And here we have direct reflection of the fact that the dark occult is all about, and the control system that they run, this Wetiko informed control system, is all about intimidation. Oh, it's worse now. Oh, it's gonna get worse. And then it's scrapped, and it's all been shown to be a bluff. So from that, natural intelligence can extrapolate that they are all a bluff. And not only did they lie then with the forced gene therapy implementation, oh, and it's gonna come and there's nothing anyone can do about it. They lie about everything because they are a lie. And the truth is that when you say no, with all your being to this agenda of control. When you say no, I will no longer be controlled ever again, it will be shown to be so, because that's how the universe actually works. That's how all of creation works. Your will is what counts, not some God's will, not someone else's will. The dark occult is all about suppression of our will and suppressing our will, so we don't answer back, and we're all confused. They're doing this, they're doing that, and they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that. Oh, they're doing this now in Austria. Let's ask Stephen Wybrow. Oh, what do the Austrian people think about forced vaccination? Well, what the fuck do you think they think about it? What a stupid question I was asked there. They're not asking me now. Isn't that interesting? Oh, we're all open-minded on right now when it was imposed, but when it was scrapped, when it's actually a success, that it has not come to pass, all the fear propaganda, now Steve is not invited anymore. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, because it's a fear propaganda machine. They don't tell you about the real esoteric information that is constantly always shared here at the Gnostic Takeover. And yes, I am angry about controlled opposition. I have every right to be angry. That's why I express my anger at times here without going completely ballistic. They don't show you the real happenings in the world and how we hold all the power to change the direction of our world, and will make history. This is what the Gnostic Takeover is rooted in. We make history. We're gonna be the new figures of history. We as mankind, every one of us. We write our history. And we're changing our history by changing our perception and fully anchor the original natural organic reality and its paradigm, which is, it is no because I say so. I don't need a great support group and a group that supports me and tells me, oh yeah, it is no because it's no, and it's the group saying that. No, it is no because I say so, and that's it. Nothing more. That's why this is how the whole universe gets restructured, reorganized according to my will. The power of the one and the power of the will that we all have. That's why the control system is failing. And this is just the beginning of it. It is so because I say so. And it's all fake what they show in the Wetiko matrix construct, where, you can only be in charge, okay? The Gnostic Takeover says they're in charge. The Gnostic Takeover is in charge of Austria. And now we have to form a political party and attend the vote and hope, oh yeah, the great word, hope, that people will vote us in. So we're in power then. It doesn't work so. It is no because I say so. That's how it works. Because true power comes from knowledge. And unbeknownst to and unknowingly, most people who get their fix on reality from the alternative media are not aware that there's a massive what's the term, compartmentalization of knowledge happening in the alternative media also. There's a massive compartmentalization where certain types of knowledge should never go out to the public. And it's just important to know that we're in charge of our life. We're in charge of all life here on earth when we take on that responsibility and when we claim it. That's all we have to do. We have to claim it and claim it continuously. Power does not come by sitting in a chair in the Hofburg or by living in number 10. That's all an illusion of power. True power comes from knowledge, and the knowledge that we take in and that we apply in our life. You only fear what you don't know. And when we go into the unknown, when we step out of the comfort zone and actually realize and accept the true power that we hold and how mighty important we are to the earth and to the future that we're writing right now, everything changes. The only fear comes from that which we don't know. And fear is a result of the cause of guilt. That's what I've been deep in the last week or so. It's been, and the last weeks, but especially the last week, getting rid of guilt. We're not guilty. Natural intelligence says you have no guilt. Eliminate the imposition of original sin, which lies at the basis of all religions. Don't need it anymore. Power comes from knowledge, and it's the knowledge about this downward pyramid, the magnetic pyramid, which says doesn't matter what any group, any collective which would be represented as the upright pyramid. That's why the control structure is upright and hierarchical. It's a copy of the electrical component of creation, the upright pyramid. They don't want you to know about the downward pyramid, which starts with 1. No. And it is so because I say so. It's the downward pyramid of creation. And most people don't know that the epicenter of World War III is right here. It's where you don't expect it to be. It's not somewhere in Ukraine. It's here. It's your mind that's being worked with. That's the epicenter of World War III. And we need to take back our minds in order to really make a difference in this world. Our minds are being waged war with every single day when we wake up. That's why every single day when I wake up, I head straight to the ice cold shower, the portal of reality that takes me to the original, natural, organic reality again, because I set that intention. And eliminate the world war on my mind, at least. That's all I can do, is balance my mind. However, the epicenter of World War III is not in the Ukraine. It's nowhere on any map of the world. It's on what actually creates the world, which is our mind. It is our mind that creates the world. And this war that's being waged on us makes us, and I'll go much deeper in the coming videos also on that, makes us see the world in a tunnel vision. That's where most of the alternative media keeps people trapped. Not everyone, okay? I'm just saying that many of the people that I used to listen to, they keep everyone in a tunnel vision. Just the other day I watched the Dollar Vigilante and Max Egan. Okay, Jeff Berwick and Max Egan. I just took a look at them. I used to listen to them. I was in the entertainment trap myself. Okay, I only teach what I learn. And I listened to them, and they are making the same points as they did a year ago. It's a loop. It's a loop of perception. It keeps everyone in the tunnel vision. So we don't see the bigger picture, the greater perception. If you go on davidicke.com, for example, you'll see a video by David Icke where he talks about the Rockefellers. And how much longer do we let the Rockefellers rule? It's not the Rockefellers that rule, David. It's a dark occult priest class that are informed by Wetiko, that is keeping everyone under a spell that leads people into the perception of a tunnel vision of reality. However, nothing is what it seems. That tunnel vision of reality is only that which they want to manipulate our perception into perceiving. Oh, food shortage crisis. The prices are going up. Oh, the future's looking dark. Oh, we can't have a new world. No. It's all drama. And the plant medicine makes us see a different way of viewing things. See the cup and not the face. It's a different perception, which the Gnostic Takeover focuses on, is to change your perception and to tune into the original natural organic reality and stop the war that's being waged on our minds. Stop it. Because our mind is the greatest gift that we have. However, the mind, is it the greatest gift or the greatest curse? That's the question. What is that dependent on? That's why here at the Gnostic Takeover, I'm not here to save anyone. I'm not gonna save the world for everyone. I'm just doing what I'm here to do, which is ignite the flame of natural intelligence in everyone listening here. And it's up to everyone here how you balance your mind, how you align your mind with the truth. And the truth being that you are the most valuable thing in the world. You and your life is the most valuable that exists. And by taking our mind back, we take our life back. And that mind needs time to anchor in the original natural organic reality. That's why I always do the high commands every day under the ice cold shower and also during the day. We choose if it's the greatest gift or the greatest curse. It's our choice. And I wish to remind everyone of that fact. Because the mind is a powerful servant that's just waiting for us to serve us. Because it's the mind that can switch realities. Oh, those are the real things we should be talking about. And not they're doing this, they're doing that. That's what we should really be talking about. The mind. And when it is in tune with the heart, it switches us into a reality that is the original reality, the natural reality, the organic reality. This is what I talked about in past months about the meta-nuclear power of our psyche. That's why this is what the plant medicine makes you speak about instead of they're doing this, they're doing that. That's why it's the plant medicine that is the biggest danger to the control system, because then the control system really loses grip when you start switching reality. It's also something that when you go back in the videos in November, before I went to St. Corona, I talked about, even before I did the ceremony, even before I went to St. Corona, I talked about switching reality timelines. And we can tune into this new reality, because the old reality, the construct of Wetiko that we've been living in ever since we were born, all the wars and all the food, all the shortages, all the limitations, all the I can't, it's dying, it's dead. And that house of cards is collapsing because the Archon Vampire Empire is collapsing, that wanted to have that house of cards in place. But we're switching reality, and we switch reality with our own minds. And it's our minds that anchor the original natural organic reality, which is our birthright. We choose what reality we switch into, and the reality we switch into is dependent again on our consciousness. It's dependent on our perception of reality. Therefore, open your mind. It is only impossible until it's done. We have access to the infinite, and the enemies of life wishes for us not to realize that fact. And anchoring the original natural organic reality, I have to emphasize this with everyone, is a continuous process. For months, I've been doing the ice cold showers and doing the high commands under the ice cold shower, and again, the ice cold water being a portal of reality that then switches me into the original natural organic reality. To anchor that, we have to do it every day. We have to show the highest source of all creation that we really want it. How much do you really want it? Or how much do you still think that others are going to sort it out for you? We're the ones to sort it out, because every one of us has a mind of our own, and it's our own mind that creates reality. Also, it's the 6th. We're in June right now. It's the 28th of June today, and already today me and Liz have done a ceremony with dragon blood and cleansing our space with the great medicine, which is also plant medicine, that is dragon blood, and invoking the dragon, the power of the dragon, to be here with us and to guide, teach and protect us in our home and all the space where we go along our journey. That's been happening here because we've been under attack the last few days. It's been very intense. However, those attacks have failed because we know where World War III is being waged upon. It's on our minds. That's the epicenter of World War III. And we ended that war once again today by anchoring the 6th. That's why June is the 6th, and that's why I say this right now. And it's 1333 here in Austria. 333, as I say that. And the 6 is one element of the sequence of 369 of Tesla that we explore here at the Gnostic Takeover and really find out what it truly is all about. The sequence of 369, as Tesla said, when you know the sequence of 369, you have a key to the universe, and the 6 is all about manifestation. And manifestation is best done in balance, in harmony. The hexagram is, in actual fact, the best basis one can have. You see how the upright pyramid and the downward pyramid are in equilibrium here, and inside of the two triangles is the hexagram. It's a symbol of great stability, and we better take it back. The 666 is not the dark occult, it's ours. I claim it. I claim it. I claim the 666. I am the 6. I have the 6 anchored in my being, for it is important to have it anchored for manifestation. That's why here at the Gnostic Takeover we talk about the law of manifestation, and to really reprogram all of reality according to natural order and natural law principles of the natural order. And that 6 is equilibrium, it's balance, it's harmony, and it brings justice on the basis of the one and only truth for freedom. That's what the 6 here in June now has been all about. Last month I talked about the 5, the pentagram, which was all about becoming upright, Go back to that video to watch that. However, the 6 now, and now we're moving into the 7. The 7 that leads us into heaven, or the higher realms, where we'll be switching reality even further to the original natural organic reality, because we're on a journey here. Anchoring the 6 and moving into the 7, the magical 7. We can really look forward to the future, to a great future of prosperity. And that is all dependent on us. The Gnostic Takeover here is all about sovereignty. Do not depend on me. Question everything that I say here. I'm always up for healthy critique. I love it, because I don't have an agenda here. We only do truth here at the Gnostic Takeover, and truth is a process to discover truth. It's here to be discovered and align your life with truth, because only in truth can you manifest freedom. Sovereignty is what it's about in times of the crown virus. It's a virus for the enemies of life. That's what they're most afraid of. The crown is sovereignty. It's the plant kingdom that infuses everyone listening here with the intelligence that informs the plant kingdom, natural intelligence. Sovereignty is independent of everything outside of it. Sovereignty doesn't care what anyone thinks when I say, I'm in charge of Austria right now. I'm in charge of the earth here right now, because I took on that calling and I take on that command. I, as the high commander of the highest source, I command that I'm in charge of my life. And I'm in charge of Austria here. And I'm in charge of the earth here, because I take that responsibility to take back the planet. And I say no to any forms of parasitism. It's not allowed on earth anymore. All evil is eliminated on earth, because I say so. That's sovereignty. We don't need anyone ruling for us, or fashion and create some political party to get the people behind us, and only then will we take back our country here in Austria. It's not how it works, because all of reality is that nothing is what it seems. And the plant medicine is the biggest danger of the control system, because it makes us change our perception. It makes us realize the truth that we've always been in charge of our life, and that now the great tide is turning. It has been turning for a long time, and the dark occult have been waging war against the truth. That's the truth. They're at war with the truth, and now it's up to you to make up your own mind. Who wins when the dark occult wages war against the truth? Who wins? The dark occult or the truth? Yeah. Sovereignty is all about you set your reality. Do it every day. I do it every day. This is what I can give forward to you. I don't tell you what to do. I'm just sharing with you what I do, and how I know, how I get out of the tunnel vision informed by Wetiko. That's how I get out of it. Someone's just messed with that. That's how I get out of the tunnel vision of Wetiko. Oh, it's all getting bad. Oh, it's getting worse. No, we don't do that. We don't do that. We're not drama queens here. We are truly sovereign here, rooted in sovereignty. Switching reality by anchoring the original natural organic reality. That's what the Gnostic Takeover is all here to do. So set your reality. Go under the ice cold water. Try it out. Just, you can make a start. Do it every day. You'll thank me later. It's okay, that's what I'm here to do. Share all of this and set a good example of morality. when I talk the truth, when I talk about the natural order and the principles of natural law, I'm talking about that we need to take back our mind so it becomes the gift that it was meant to be, and not impose the curse further on us, the spell of the dark occult priest class, and end that curse by taking back our mind and have it be our servant. It's our mind. No one has any legitimacy to mess with our minds unless we let them. Remove your consent. That's what I say when I set my reality. I, as the high commander of the highest source, I do not consent with any and all reality hacks or reality impositions. I do not consent with evil on all levels of existence. I eliminate all evil here on earth, because I invoke the one and only truth when I say I am the highest of all causes. We need to realize that we are the highest of all causes when we take our power back. It's all about becoming a causer of reality instead of an effect of reality. If we are still being given the runaround by what's in the news and we're not the news ourselves, I am the news, is what true sovereignty is all about. When we are still getting the runaround, we are being cursed by the spell of the spirit of evil and those who impose it on us, the agents of Wetiko, the spirit of evil. They manufacture reality for us and we create the reality that they wish to have. However, when we take back our minds, we can switch reality and anchor the original natural organic reality and align our will with the will of the highest source of all creation, which is truth, freedom and justice, balance, harmony and equilibrium. Set your reality and it becomes your reality. Let no middleman in between you and the source of all life, the highest source of all creation. The Gnostic Takeover doesn't do any middleman, therefore we don't do any God or nothing of the kind, the creator, no matter what you call it. It's all me and the source, nothing in between. That is what a true sovereign being rooted in sovereignty is all about. And at the end of this video, I want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone listening here. Thank you to everyone who's part of the Gnostic Takeover with your awareness, following these videos, being inspired by them. This is what they're here to be. I only wish to be an inspiration to everyone. Don't just believe what I tell you. We don't do belief here, we only do truth. You can be inspired here. Join us in the community forum. Let's have a discussion about all of this, or a talk. Let's share views. Everyone can also have healthy critiques about the work that I do, because I'm no God. I am an expression of the highest source that created me. And I see the importance of taking responsibility, being rooted in sovereignty, setting our reality in order for us to create that reality, and do that every single day of our life, because it's the natural intelligence, that which is natural to us. It is our authentic self, our organic self, that makes us realize that every single day is a new day, and this is the first day of my life. I choose to make it a new beginning, because the future is bright. It is so because I say so. Thank you to everyone who is supporting the Gnostic Takeover, who is a part of it. Underneath in the description below you can find our Telegram channel and the community site let's talk about things. I'm happy to hear from who's still on here. Drop something in the comments. Very few comments I forgot about responding sometimes, and maybe people are not bothering to comment anymore. Let's reinvigorate that again. Let's breathe life into the Gnostic Takeover here. And I'm happy to read your comments and respond also to them. And join us in the community group and share with me what's going on in your life. And let's open up that space, sacred space of coming together as one family of mankind. And thank you to everyone who has supported the Gnostic Takeover financially. I'm going to check today, after 1 week of opening up that space where I said the Gnostic Takeover needs your help. I want to thank everyone who has supported us. I'm going to check today, and I'm happy to receive all of the kind donations that you've shared with me and with the idea of the Gnostic Takeover. And everyone who's inspired by the work that we do, again, underneath in the description below, you can send a gift of how much you truly value this information and how this information is making your perception shift towards the natural, towards your authentic self, which will then create a future, a reality that is worth living, because our lives are worth living. No matter how down you are, our lives are worth living. And now all the tide is turning and life is working for us because we choose for it to work for us, because we're not meant to be harvested of our energy. We're meant to take our minds back, to anchor the original natural organic reality in our minds, anchor our minds in balance, harmony and equilibrium. And that will be reflected in the reality that we experience outside of us. That's how we take our world back. So thank you to everyone. Speak to you soon.